the Ethan Nwaneri contract situation. So it's been reported that a formal offer is forthcoming. There's a willingness from all parties to get an agreement signed. And there was a bit of uncertainty about this for a couple of weeks. I know you said that obviously Lewis Skelly's contract was quite simple to sort out, but Nwaneri, where is the pathway for him? There's a lot of competition for the places, for his positions. So it might be a bit more difficult, but it looks like it will go through now. So firstly, is it, maybe a relief to see that, it's close to a breakthrough, given that there was that slight bit of uncertainty?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a relief. It would have been awful to see Ethan Nwaneri go. I also, coming back to Madueke, I think a lot of negativity towards Madueke was that people viewed that his arrival could signal the end for Ethan because these contract talks were going on. They hadn't come to a conclusion and all that sort of stuff. So again, I think the negativity towards Madueke would be far less had what we know now about Nwaneri, we'd known about it 2 weeks ago. So it's a massive relief because imagine if you'd have watched Nwaneri have to, playing for one of Arsenal's rivals. It would have been awful to see this kid who we've been so excited to see progress. I think it was going to be interesting now if he does sign his contract, and obviously Sammy Motbell at the BBC yesterday reporting that he thinks that deal will be genuine, will be offered this week. If this contract gets signed, I think it's going to be so interesting to see where Nwaneri's minutes come, in what position, how Arteta uses him, because that would have been absolutely crucial to getting these talks over the line with Ethan's reps. Was where's he going to play? How much is he going to play? How is his development going to continue? So, and when you look at the squad Arsenal have got, the quality they've got in it, you wonder where he's going to get the minutes he needs to play. Really play. And I'm not talking about 2 minutes here or there. I'm talking about proper minutes. So I think that's going to be really, really interesting. It's something Arteta's going to have to, work hard on and manage to make sure he does get the minutes. But yeah, from a purely fan point of view, it's brilliant to see that this deal looks like it is going to happen because it would have been awful, awful to see him go elsewhere.
Yeah, awful indeed. But like you say, the project and the pathway for these young players, that's so key for them in negotiations.
Mm.
And from the reports I've read, it seems that Arsenal see him as more of a central player moving
Yeah,
forward
they do.
rather than a right winger. So and you look at what happened to Martin Odegaard last season, didn't really hit the heights, he sort of burnt out a bit, and maybe Waneri, obviously I've not been in the contract talks, of course, but if there was if Arsenal said to him, you could really challenge Odegaard next season, you'll maybe rotate with him a bit more, that could also help Odegaard get back to full form. Is that something you can see happening? Do you think there might be quite a bit of rotation between Odegaard and Waneri in that right-sided central role?
Well, I think there kind of has to be, really. If he's staying, if they've made promises and assurances to him to get this deal over the line, the only position you really see it being is that position, sort of sharing it with Odegaard. It's a big ask for a young player like him, though, because what Odegaard does, he does so much in this team. It's not just about the playmaking; it's about leading the press. It's about dropping back at times, getting the ball from the defenders and moving forward. Maybe with the addition of Zubamendi, that Odegaard won't have to do that as much. Now he can stay higher up the pitch and just receive those balls on the half turn from Zubamendi and try and really sort of attack like kind of we saw before. But last season he was definitely deeper. So there's a lot on that position, a lot of responsibility, and I think that's probably why we didn't see Arteta use him as much in that position because he just didn't think he was ready last season for that responsibility. But going forward now, especially with the addition of Madueke, you look at where he's going to play. It kind of has to be that position, and I think that would be good certainly good from Ranieri's point of view because that's his best position in my view. But I think it will be, like you said, good for Odegaard as well, just to be able to take him out the firing line at times when he's not playing well, which he didn't play well at times last season. But Arsenal just couldn't really take him out of the team. But now, hopefully, with Nwaneri a year older, more experienced, then they will be able to do that.